link so you can share it back.
YouTube.
I'm using the YouTube. Check the Instagram page. You see the name there.
Can something that is offline, like a cold wallet, you have something called cold wallet. Can it be hacked also?
Offline.
Yeah.
Have you seen um there's an idea modulus 2 if it's equal to 0. So what does that mean? When you see something like this that has to do with a modulus 2, anything modulus 2, we're talking about multiples of 2. If you see modulus 3, multiples of 3, we are trying to when you hear multiples of 3 could be what 3 can divide. Like multiples of 3, you have 3 we go in 3 to give you 1, right? 3 we go in what next? 9, 6 shape. It will go in 9, right? These are the multiples of 3. It will go in 12, right? And it goes on and on, right? So something of that nature. So when you are writing a modulus 2, what is a? A is 1. 1 modulus 2 will give you what? Who said 2? 1 modulus 2 will give you what? 1. Oh yeah, explain how. Because one thing is to say it, another thing is how. How? I explained something in the last class. Can 2 go in 1?
No.
For that is 5. Is that not? What is 3? How many 2 will you see in 5? 2. When you get that, automatically becomes 2 times 2 to give you 4, right? 5 minus 4 will give you what? Then automatically, then 5 modulus 2 will give you 1. So what of 2 modulus 5? Meaning, how many 5 will you see in 2? Is that not? Is it possible? No. So what will that be the modulus of 2? 2. Because the value here is what is going to be picking. I gave a scenario, I gave a logic last class. I know we forgot it. No, Monday to Friday is not easy. Are we there? So when you see modulus, when you see that 1 modulus 2, 1 modulus 2, we give you 1, right? Is 1 equal to 0? Is 1 equal to 0? No, so that program will not print out anything. But when it becomes 2 modulus 2, what will it give you? 2 modulus 2. Una biafra again. 2 modulus 6. How many 2 can you see in 2? Share 1. When they subtract each other, will you see any remainder? What will you see there is 0? Share 2 modulus 2 will give you 0. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes, then it will print out something for you. It looks like we are speaking magic. We are using magic or something. So what I'm doing here is that 1 is less than 10. Yes. 1 modulus 2. Is it equal to 0? No. So what do we do? What do we do? It will ignore it. It will not print anything. We can just ignore it. It won't print anything. Then the value of A will increment. Now watch something. I do not put this value here. Are we there? If I do, it will not be incrementing. If I do this way, it will not increment. And how? Look at this A. This A is getting its value from what have been done here, which is what? 1. Shey 1, it will print 1 here, right? It become 1 plus 1 to give us 2, right? There is no way this new value of A will push itself to this point here, because all of them are inside the if statement at this point in time. This particular line of code supposed to be outside the if statement, so that when it's picking its increment value, it will be looking at the next one close to it, because it's already inside the if. If does not create a room for repetition. It is when you move this outside the if this way now, automatically it's not being controlled by if but rather it's being controlled by the while loop. So at this point now, when the value of A is 1 and 1 modulus 2 is not equal to 0, it will print nothing. Then it becomes 1 plus 1 to give you 2. This can easily move back to this point. Everything is being controlled by the while loop. That's the reason. So when you run this line of code, you expect to be having lovely, output like this. What do you call this? Odd numbers or even numbers? Even numbers or odd numbers? Just 2, is it not just 2 or just 1 question being a primary? We call this one odd numbers or even number, please? Even numbers, thank you. So if it's odd numbers, then it has to be 1, 3, and goes on that way. So why we able to achieve this way? Because of this modulus. Because of that modulus. If that condition was not there, there is no way it will print this out for you. So if you want to get the odd numbers, so what will you do? If you put 1 there, will it work? Why will you say no? Because we need to analyze no. So why did you say no? One modulus 2 equals to 1. 1 modulus 2, what does that mean? How many 2 can you find in 1, right? Is that possible? Automatically, what will be the modulus of this? 1. Is 1 equals to 1? Why will you say no? You've taken lunch, why now? 1, comma, then the value of A increases to 2. 2 modulus 2 will give you what? 0. We give you 0, right? Is 0 equals to 1? No, right? That one goes up. Then the value of A increased to 3. 3 modulus 2 will give you what? 1, because simply means how many 2 can you find in 3? Which is 1, right? When you subtract 3 from 2, it will give you 1 as your remainder. That one now, is it equals to 1? Yes, then it will pick what? This. And that's exactly how you'll be able to get your odd numbers when you run this line of code. It's just a logical thing. We've done if before. Like I said, we keep repeating this if statement again and again. Please take note. Olamide, tired. I'm the only one that have not taken lunch. I'm supposed to be tired. See? Don't mind me. Okay. Probably when you get home and the whole I'll probably okay. Shall we? Okay, I've seen it. It's not actually picking it. Please, we are moving forward. Now let's create a guessing game with this. So now let's try creating a kind of a guessing game. But at this point, we'll be doing something that has to do with an infinite loop, whereby we will keep guessing wrongly until we get tired or bored. Then we'll look for other options on how to give us number of trials. So I'll apply comment on what I've done here. Then I will come back here and then call this guessing game. So you won. When you get a 1, you failed. So we can call this a dice and say 6. So I will have to type the word why true. Please look at this. Specify number of times this particular loop will repeat itself. I have decided to say that whatever I'm doing here is going to remain true forever until a particular statement, when it is true, then it breaks. So when you are using a while true, you are trying to create a kind of an endless loop. So when you have typed while true, then let us now provide should I write it this way? Okay, let me take this way. Dice equals to int input. I say guess a number and win a show ticket. So I decided to have something like this, to say guess a number and win a show ticket. So then I will now set a condition that, oh, if the value you provided, if it matches the guessing number, then definitely you have just won yourself a show ticket. So at this point, I will say if dice equals 6, then I should print you won yourself a show ticket. But if you guess wrongly, it will move to the else, which is saying wrong, invalid guess number. Good news to Man U fans. Good news to them. They have done it again. Starting from the back, always losing. They've scored Man U now. Please, you don't need to pity them. Just pity the game, the program you have just written. So let's move forward. So now, if you are here, let's run the code. If you are supporting Man U, please take out. But I can't help you. It is well. All right. So when you run this code, it says guess a number and win a show ticket. If you enter 8, what happened? It says invalid, right? Guess number. It's prompting you the same message for you to guess. So when you enter the wrong one the second time, nothing happened. And the more you do this, the more it keep asking you to, to guess more. And this is an endless loop. This is how endless loop works. You see that? Until you guess correctly. So what if you guess correctly? What if you type 9? What did you observe, please? So when you type 6, what do you observe, please? Then it continued. You know what caused that continuation, right? It's because of there was no break to stop it that, oh, you've won. You see that? So that's where break comes in. So which means that we are supposed to come after this print here. After this print, when you have successfully guessed rightly, then you have to come below here and say, well, you won. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. You won yourself a show ticket. Thank you. So to you now, what if we want a situation whereby when you can only guess 3 times and the program ends. You can only guess 3 times, then the program ends. So what do we do? We need to create a variable and assign a value. Then the value will be decreasing or it can increase. Let's try that together. So what we do here is we can declare a variable somewhere above here. Let's say a equals to 1 or 0, anything. Say, because under this else, we can create more if statements. Under the else, we can create more if statements. And there is a part I want you to pay attention to very well. Please don't type. Please. Please. This is very tricky. Please, I want us to get the logic and how it's been done, so that when you are writing, putting this down, you get this properly. We declare a to be 1 outside the loop, meaning that this value here is fixed at the initial state. Now, inside this else, because what we want to do is that when it says invalid guess number, it should tell us you have 1 trial left. It should tell us you have 2 trial left or something. So maybe I should create something like, let me use this. Maybe that would be better. Let me use decrement. So what I would do here is I would say if the value of a, if it is equal to 3, it should say you have 2 trial left. So I will say print you have 2 trial left. Then I will say and if the value of a, if it's equal to 2, I should print you have 1 trial left. I think there is a mix up somewhere. I will correct that. I think there is a mix up. Then I would say, should I make it 2? Okay, maybe that would be more better. So let me take this one to 3. Sorry, 3 here. You have 2 here. Then I will say, and if the value of a, if it's equal 1 trial left. But by the time you've gotten 1 more up trial and you did not utilize it properly, it should move down to else. So at this else, we are expected to have something like you've exhausted, wait for the next 30 seconds to run to work with this code or to guess a number. Say you have 10 minutes to try your exam. Sorry, I say exam. You have 10 minutes to retry or to guess. Let me use that word, to guess a number. Though this will have come in when I'm using something like a time. We can use time to do this. JavaScript, you can use time. You can set time that after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, this program can run automatically. Yes. So now, because there's a library that you need to import for it to be able to work with time or date, which I'm not working with for now. So what I've just done is, as at the time when a is equal to 3, which is the initial value of a above the 3, then a equals to 2. But we do not even handle what is going to be fixing this in the decrement form, because a is already 3. We need something that would make a to become 2. We also need something that would make a to become 1. So in order to achieve this, I want you to remember that I said you cannot be writing your increment inside the if statement. True or yes? Okay, don't sit like that, please. You will sleep. So what you will need to do is you will have to come here and say a equal to 1. Sorry, not 1. Minus 1, please. What does this mean? You are saying a minus 1, something of that nature. When you have something of this, a minus equals to 1, it simply means you are saying a equals to a minus 1. What is the initial value of a? 3. It becomes 3 minus 1 to give you 2, which should now become the new value of a. We did not put this a minus equal to 1 inside the else or the if statement per se. I think I have to check the arrangement properly. Okay, sorry, not here, please. Not here. It should be somewhere here. Perfect. So, because why I said that is because your decrement should not be inside the if or else. It should not be inside the if or else. It should be on the same line with it so that the value of a can change. We have few minutes to go. We enter the wrong one, then enter key. You see what they say here? It's saying invalid S number, right? You have 3 trial left. There should be 3 trials. So when we type 2, it's saying what? 2 trials. The reason why you were able to achieve that to that point is because there was a decrement, and the way we positioned it was not inside the if or inside the else. It was on the same line of where the if and else are. It's not even displaying. That's it, they use the comot. I don't know wetin dey comot here. So if I entered 2 again, it says you have one more trial. And when you enter 5, then it says you have 10 minutes, right? To guess a number. And it's telling you guess a number and win a show ticket. So what do we do to stop this? Because this should not come again. What do you think we should do? Break. Thank you. Thank you. So the break will come somewhere below after your print, the else. Thank you. To come here and type the word break, please. This arrangement is very key. In case you are writing yours and you did not arrange it properly, arrangement is very important. I'm not interested in my issue. Man, you have no future too. They don't have anything to offer. So why are you concerned about them? The only thing man you have to offer is to lose. All right, so that is that. Now, some few things on for loop, but we did not consider some other aspects like working with lists or working with dictionaries or sets. We did not consider that part with it. So by the 3rd week, we are considering all those parts. So we know that we are done with the elementary things. Then probably our class will do a kind of a recap of what we've done so far for the sake of those that are struggling and those that are not. But all the same, how many of you did my assignments? You know them. So I can't ask you because you did not do it. 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 You did. You did it. You did my assignment. Whoa. You broke a record. Hmm. Who wrote this thing for you? There's some things I will see in the code. I will know that you don't see. You can't tell me anything. People like wow, if you use AI to generate that code, do you know why? We are not yet, we've not started working with file, and your cousin has anything to work with file. Did you understand what he did there? No. He even created a credential file for you. Where's the credential file here? None is there. Don't let anybody do your assignment. I don't like it. Somebody can guide you, tell you, but to give you the whole of this code, no, unacceptable. Azan, are you rewriting the code? Let me see it. Is that what I want you to do?
No.
I don't know. This one. I said it.
Yes, this one.
This is what I'm supposed to do now. I wrote it down.
It's already now.
Same here. Create a login system where I use that login system.
Password is 1, 2, 3.
And then types of errors in Python. Types of error. All right, so let's start with types of errors.
Syntax error.
Syntax error.
Name error.
Wait. What?
Name error.
Name error. Okay. You don't need to prime anything, please. If they are written in somewhere, just say those things. I don't have those luxury of that starts you logical error. Runtime error.
Value. Value.
Value. Some of these errors are actually just I'm saying divisor error. Some of these errors are basically based on a particular reason. Like if I'm creating a divisor error, for example, I'm saying divisor error now, like I'm just trying to explain a particular um, error. It's encounter syntax error.
That's when two words, like when two words mix together. So now, like,
Do you know what they call syntax? Zero divisor, and you have a like this. What does this entail? What does this one mean? Or you do not, or you just wait to, I want to understand. You did the assignment by reading English language and you are coming. Okay, because okay, read. So when you read it, you do not see anything that looks like this.
so I saw something.
Okay, so when you see this, what does that imply? Zero division.
Or not
No, now what?
or not can go.
No, now what if I, let's give something a try, so that you understand what I'm saying. Just because we are, so we'll move to the end of this class, so much. It's just for us to check what it looks like. What?
I know good. It's still hard.
All right, so now let's imagine you want to handle errors. You are definitely going to be using the word try, and let's say the value of a equals to, I have division, zero division error, something of that nature. Then I have a. So I decide to print, I have error because it is not. So basically, I'm trying to do something like, so this should be showing me E. I don't. All right, I'm not doing this. I think there's a part I've done wrong. Versus when I hear it business sense. to use some logical terms around some other programming language whereby if you are doing catch, if you are doing catch at zero, excuse me, let me have it this way. Then if a, let me just use something that looks like this. If a is true, maybe um it should print a. But if it is not, it should print error. I'm trying to, I want to recall something. I want to try a particular thing I'm not even looking for. Can you see that it gave me a particular message here, right? Like zero divisor error, right? Division by zero. This is exactly what I'm actually looking for. And having it this way is actually not saying that why don't we handle this error properly? Whereby instead of it showing you that this particular red text, you should be having a kind of a custom output, not from your terminal like this. So, and that's the essence of us working with this. Even with what I did on the else here, I think it does not return the word error at all. No way. Initial stage this way would now make more meaning. That is the reason why you have the try and accept. Now, when you have it this way, then you have to specify. Then the question will now be, what if I take the usual question, right? Doesn't change any fact, you should still respond. But I have to apply comment on what I've done here. Please, I'm only trying to explain some logical things. Oh. I have the same question. Can you see that? I have the same question over there, right? So, but if you have to pass, I don't want to pass the wrong thing, but you have other things you can pass inside the except. You have value error if you want to do that. You have a lot of them. So do take note of that. We also have runtime error, and I know we have syntax error, which I have explained before. We have runtime error. Those name error, logical errors, they still fall under one of those types of errors that we have. They still fall under that. Here, index error, right? Probably if you not index properly, then you should be able to flag an error where you are supposed to write or provide the right indexing. So I think that's. Is there anybody confused about the try and accept, please? Anybody? Please. I will say if you are confused, I can still explain that on the board, please. Please. I know you are tired, but if you can watch football for 4 hours, not stretch. Even highlights, you can sit down and watch. You watch football you have watched, you can sit down and watch it like the whole day. You're tired, na normal thing. There against that. And that's it. Oh, sticky key. Sticky key pops up when you hit control key, shift key, alternate key 5 times. So, shall we? should continue to 6 o'clock.
Don't you have the power? Got the power.
Assignment.
So I prefer this thing, but you don't know how to
What it is I used to type here.
One month to sir, yes, sir.
We are true. Alright, so assignment, please. Assignment. Number one. Create a login system, a user. Get a login system when a user credentials is correct. Or should we just create something like a kind of banking, not really the real bank, like a kind of option A, option B, option. So what to transact with.
Let's try.
And just thinking.
It's not like how we did it or something like that.
Then you know if you log in successfully.
Yes.
Like when you log in successfully, then an option will display number 1 for this, number 2 for this, number 3 we did that, right? Then but there's some other different. So instead of even doing that, complete the one we did, the one we did in the class, right? See what you do. Any form of login? No. So add the login to it. Yes. See this. Add the login to it at the beginning. That would, right? Okay, I'm changing it too. I hope you're not writing this. Huh? You need to be in the same spirit with us. You've created, I gave you an assignment on the login system, Shay. When you successfully log in, it should take you to a point where you are going to specify either you are interested in a breakfast or a lunch or dinner. So the way it goes is, if you are interested in breakfast, it takes you through a different journey, right? Where it will list all the things you sell, all the things you have on the shelf, right? When you are done, when you select an option, either option 1 or option 2, it will tell you as a user that this is your order, right? Press 1 to continue. You know that kind of thing. But let's leave it this way. So now, for lunch, the same thing. Now, 3 trials. And anytime you provide the wrong username or password, it should be able to tell you that same thing. Wrong username or password, you have 3 trials left. If you enter the wrong username and password again, it should tell you 2 trials left. Then 1 trial, then the program ends. We've done that today. All I'm doing is what you've done, combine all. We did them bit by bit. That was what we did. So I'm not saying combine all together as one thing. You gave me, it was on 5, working with 5. We are not working with 5 for now. When we get to that point, you will see us do that. You will create a login system. I've done the login system. Successfully login, then you can say, welcome to Hassan's, what do we call this? Hassan's food or restaurant. What are you interested in? You understand? So if you are interested in our breakfast, you now type breakfast. When you press enter key, it will display all the items you sell for breakfast. Right? Then there's another option that will appear below that will tell you which one are you interested in. If you type one, if your breakfast you're interested in right? When somebody is interested in that particular golden pap and whatever, then if you press one, it should tell you the amount that it will cost you. So do that for both lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I know that you know.
I only explain the question. If I write it, it will be more longer than this. We've done them before. I'm only saying combine all together. We've created login. You can use the same idea of login, the same idea of guessing number, the same idea of guessing again. This is person to where you can specify that breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We did that at the beginning of the class, right? So you are combining them together. Now, when Nana said that if your user did not provide the right login, you know, it will move down to the else to say invalid credentials or invalid username or password. And also, I want to see where it will say you have 3 trials left, you have 2, and you have 1. We also did that before. It's at the top when we did this particular. We also did the same thing. So I'm only trying to say combine all together. If I am you, I will use this part, redefine it to fix my login, add the breakfast and the lunch aspect of the code around it, and I'm done. Is it not better we have a WhatsApp for the sake of those that are confused? Shey, you can see them their minutes there. Shey, so as not fear person. Shey, do you have a phone? Ah, we will disturb your dad. Okay, it's with your dad. Okay. You know these people phone number. You can easily get their phone number. They are in the same country, but you cannot. Oh yeah, that's how they help us to read. So please, the reason why this time is going to this point is because most of us came 10:30. I know we are tired. I'm very sure. If they give us option, we will let this thing the dream. They give us option, but it's not possible. Please. They give us option, but it's not possible. Please. Serious, I couldn't turn back, like so I'll not turn back, like so I'll not turn back. Because there's a way a baby will cry, you feel like you've wronged the baby totally. And when you go back home, and you go look at it, shebi you leave me and go. But you know what makes that children? That one a normal thing. Buy something is a normal thing. In fact, you have to carry and buy on your come, but you want this one, you want this one.
Yeah.
So that's it. Please let's try. Any question?
So,
You never understand wetin we dey do here. We are still in the elementary level. By the time I'm done with functions next week, we are doing functions next week, list, dictionary sets. They won't take us much time. Then we will now pick one day. We'll finish. We'll do a summary of all that we'll be doing before we now move to part 2. This one is part half.
Not even part 1.
No, not done one finish. Not done this. It's not done set. It's not done dictionary. We said that last class now. Somebody asked this. He was. Pity. How many?
No, they don't go break.
Oh yeah, make I go.
Two.
Ogafa.